So I wanted to give you guys a quick demonstration here today of how I make my char cloth. My favorite material is definitely just denim jean, just used pair. These are cut into about 1.5 by 1.5 inch squares. Normally I would use a Altoids tin. Unfortunately I did not have one, so I'm going to go ahead and use my pellet tin here. How I let the air escape is I put a little crimp in it so the lid's not all the way on this side. And all I do is I bend the end of the can over with like a pair of pliers to let the air out. Then when you put the lid on, just kind of put it on there so you have this one side open just a little bit. Approximately like that, so the one side's all the way sealed and the other side's cracked open. Okay, so I've got my 4 pieces of denim cloth in there. Gonna go ahead and toss it on the grill. A little bit ironic that I'm using charcoal to make charcoal. But here we go. I'll come back in a few minutes here when that is done. So trying to capture some of the smoke escaping there out that little hole. The smoke always has this little bit of a punge smell to it as it cooks. A lot of times I can tell when it's done just sometimes by the smell of it. Okay, we can see that it's cooking. We've got a little bit of a flame coming out that little hole that we made, and that's just the gases from the denim igniting as it comes through. Alright, so we've got about 15 minutes here that the can has been on the briquettes there. It's a little bit less heat than normal when it would go into an actual fire. So we should be just about done. I'm going to go ahead and pull them out. Alright, so the tin has cooled enough that I can pick it up. So I'm going to go ahead and pop it open. And here's our pieces of char cloth. Hopefully you can see those in there. It's getting kind of dusk out, so I'm losing light. So my test that I like to do with the char cloth to make sure it's done is I like to take like a corner and I pinch it fairly hard and make sure that it doesn't just crumble apart, because then it's overdone. And then in order to tell if it's not underdone, I like to grab 2 ends and kind of pull on it. And as long as it pulls apart really, really easy, I'm done. Honestly, it'd be kind of like ripping a piece of bath tissue or something like that. Just needs to pull apart really, really easy. If you have some resistance on the cloth when you're pulling it apart, then you're not going to be done enough. Okay, so when I ignite the char cloth, what I'm looking for is just a nice little red ember that spreads across the cloth nice and slowly. And here we go. That little tiny red spot in the center there. Hopefully you can see it kind of slowly emerge. Some of those other bits on the char cloth igniting from the ferro rod, but that nice little ember as it slowly goes across there. If you had that inside of a little tinder bundle or something like that, you just keep blowing on it and it would eventually ignite your stuff. Thanks for watching. I hope the video helps you in making your own char cloth. Have any comments or questions, feel free to ask.